Hi guys, it's Tracy from Tracy's Creative Place again with the second video showing what you can do with these really nice woodware clear magic single stamp sets Amanda Bowl Blooms again. I've done one where we made a shabby chic card, and now I want to show you how different these can look and what else you can do with them so that they're just not a one-trick pony set of stamps. So what I did to start with was I took the stamp and I stamped it out on a piece of white paper. Then, I don't know whether you can see, yeah, you can see it there. It's been stamped with Versamark and then embossed. So I'm going to make a background, and all I did was use one particular stamp. There's three different sizes. I used the medium sized, I think, no, or the small, either one. And I'm just going to do a quick background with this, showing what you can do with it. So I have Spectrum aqua pens. I've got 3 different colours. Now you could also use your distress inks if you want to colour the background. You can use your pixie powders. You can, you can do any of those things really. But I'm going to use these for now. I have some glycerin because these are obviously, watercolour pens with a thick nib. And I've got some glycerin. Watercolour is not really supposed to blend when it's in this kind of form. But if you lay some down and then get your glycerin, and you only need a little tiny blob really. So I'll probably pour too much out, but hey ho. A little tiny blob. It helps if you've got a smaller thing for it, but not me. Huge bottle. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of glycerin and work it in on the pad. And then I'm going to pick up some of the colour. Okay. And I'm going to start off on one side, and I'm just going to bring the colour over. This paper that I'm using is just 300 super smooth GSM. I get it from into various places really. Set from Haverfordwest has it. It's just basic super smooth card, and I'm just going to put it in sort of patches across either side. Once you've got the glycerin in, it's really easy to blend. And of course the embossing resists the ink, so it kind of makes it really easy for you to do a really cute background. So if you intend to make the card that I'm making at the same time, stamp some out and colour those as well, so it makes it easier for yourself. Just put some splodges on various ones because you're going to cut these out. So okay, so you can use it for that. I'm going to use Kingfisher as well now, another favourite colour of mine. Again, same thing, pick up a little bit of glycerin, work it in, pick up your colour, and then you can go in across there. And you're just basically blending it until you get somewhere where you need it to be. The 2 colours where they meet also do make another colour, which is pretty cool. And then I think I'll go back in and maybe put a bit of dark in it. Marine this one is. Well, we'll have a go, see what it looks like. It's quite dark, but we'll have a go. I'll use this and see what happens. There we are. Oh, it's quite nice. Let's just give it a slightly darker blue. There. And then I'm just going to go in with the purple and heighten the purple up around the outside of it there. It brings it all together. So there we are, a quick background. And you'll see what I would use it for in a moment when we come to the others. So that's one thing you could do with the flowers. Pretty. Go across this now, pick up some of these and fill these in. You'll see why in a moment. Okay. just basically pick up all the ink that's around on your mat and make yourself some really cool pretty flowers. Okay, so that's one way. Also, because it's watercolour, if you did want to, you could get yourself some tissue and some water, dip your brush in, and you can actually flood these little petals. Give them a little minute for the waters to soak in. I'm not using watercolour paper, but you could do. And you can actually remove some of the colour and make them lighter and use them that way. That works better, to be honest, if you haven't got the glycerin on it and you're only using distress inks. So that's one way. That's on white. So you've basically an old piece of this. So you've made yourself a pretty background that you can use. And I will make a card up at some point and pop it on the Into Crafts Facebook page of using this. I'll make it up this afternoon. So if you want to see it, you can go and have a look at that. Also, what I quite like doing, to be honest, is working these stamps on black. So, if you can see, Versamark, again, clear embossing ink. I've used Creative Expressions Detail Clear because I particularly like that one. And I just want to show you what you can do with it on black. Now, a long time ago, Crafters Companion brought out some metallic pencils, and I bought them and I loved them and I've used them all up, but in the last couple of days I found these, look, age 3+, so I think we'll be okay using them. They were £1.99 and they were from B&M, and I thought, well, are they going to work, you know, being that cheap? But hey, they did. So I've chosen 3 colours, 2 purples and a pink, and this is the easiest thing ever to do. So, okay, I hope you can see the effect. When I'm colouring these, I'm not using circular movements. I'm just going in a straight line, and I'm only starting at the base. Now this is purple. You may not be able to see the colour of it, but you know, you will with the cards finished, I promise. Okay, so I'm just going around the base, really. Not difficult to do. And then I go in with the next colour, lightest colour up, which is the lighter purple. Again, up and down movements. There's a reason for this. Because I want the flower to look sort of blended. And you'll be able to see it more when I put the last colour on, this pink one. It does help if you keep them sharp. Okay, so again, just join the 2 colours up. You can't go out the lines because the embossing keeps you in. And I think it gives a really, really pretty result. It just shows what one stamp set, what you can do with it, you know, with all the different techniques. And if you're anything like me, you've got all kinds of paints and everything sitting in the cupboards that you bought and never hardly used. So if you can just see, if I show you, you can see it much prettier in real life, but you can see them for £1.99, really, the pencils. There you go. So that's those. Also, you can use, which I'm sure everybody bought, the Cosmic Shimmer paints from Creative Expressions. Okay, the way to do this is spray some water on top. I have not got my spray with me, so I'm just going to wet my paintbrush, quite frankly. I'll go in with the yellow, and these are hard paint, you know, they dry up, so they're pretty good for taking around with you. They don't get everywhere, they're not really messy, they're really vibrant. You just sort of awaken the paint, and then you can use that to paint your flowers. Again, when it dries, it has a kind of because it's got a lot of mica in it, a lot of mica pigment. It's really pearlescent and really shiny. And then, of course, you'll get the black embossing detail in the middle, which will stand out. Pretty. There we are. These I'm not bothered about going over the lines on because I would cut them out and use them as embellishments, as you'll see in a moment. So, you know, you can use that. Mica is really pretty on black. Okay, I'll leave it at that. So you get a kind of similar look. A similar look. I'm not really sure whether you can blend them. I've never really tried, to be honest. Not really, you just kind of move it about a little, but hey. So that's 2 looks. Obviously, if you do them on white, and I've done some leaves on this one, I don't know whether you can see the leaves. You can just about see the leaves. I mean, it goes without saying you can stamp them in colour, so I haven't done that because everybody knows how to do that. And you can take a bit of green ink and you can just go over the top, and then obviously you'll see them. You'll see what happens there. So this is what happens with the distress inks. You can then cut them out and add them. You can put a little bit darker at the bottom. You know, you can do your own shading. You can use your pro markers on them, your pencils, your polychromos, pastels to colour them, whatever you like. So that's them with distress inks. Okay. And also, obviously, if you've got different coloured embossing powders. So here we've got a silver, and we've got gold, and we've got like a platinum-y colour. So again, I guess you could colour them in from there. Give them a different look again with the pencils. And if it does go over the embossing, you just use a baby wipe. And take it off with a wet baby wipe when you finish doing what you're doing. There you are. So that gives that. So really, this little stamp set, although it looks, you know, it's kind of unassuming, it's really a nice set. So basically, what I've done here now to make a card, just to show you how sweet they are, is I've took a piece of black card. This is going to be a 7x7 card. Okay. So I've took a piece of black card and I've stamped all over it with the clear embossing ink, those little flowers all over, and then I coloured them in. So now we've got a really nice background. And then I have made a lilac layer for it to sit on. So I shall put that together. My trusty Cosmic Shimmer, best glue ever. Okay, this is actually foundation card I've used as well, Sue Wilson's foundation black card. So I'm going to put that layer on top of there, just give it a little border all the way around. Just want to see a hint of purple popping out there, really. There we are. I didn't really cut that very straight, but hey ho. There you are. Right, so, and then I want another black layer for this purple one to sit on as well. So I shall just mat and layer that one up. If you wish, you could have given it some dimension with some foam tape. So that's going to sit on top of there, and then the whole thing is going to go on a white card. Now, putting it on a white card for me makes it pop right off. I don't know about how you feel about it, but I quite like putting it on a white card. So on it goes. You could put it on a purple one or a black one, whatever colours you've used in the actual making of it. Do I put it that way? No, I like it better that way. So there we are. On it goes. Now, I think that's really, you can see the shine on them pencils. It's really nice. Quite like that. A good one. Right, then I made something to go through the middle, which is just a black layer. There, across the middle. And then a lilac one. It's just matting and layering. It's not difficult. Lilac one through the middle of it. And then a black plain one this time on top. There we are. Okay. Then I have a little strip of the same purple lilac that we've had around the edge. I've got a happy birthday stamp. And and I'm going to stamp it on here. There we are. Happy birthday. And I'm going to make this into a banner because I can. So I'm going to cut up the middle, from the middle in, from the middle in, we have a banner. And that is going to go on here. Okay, so I'm just going to shape that a little. There. And I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on it because I want it to stick immediately. So that's going to go there. And then I'm going to dome it up a little. And pop the rest of it on here. There we are. So you can see it's got a little bit of a dome there. And then I have also stamped out some varying sizes of the flowers and cut them, coloured them in the same as the background. That isn't sticking down, that'll annoy me if it doesn't. There we are. I've coloured them the same as the background, and then I'm going to actually use these as the embellishments. There we are. So I have 2 large ones and a small one, and I've got a pretty gem to go in the middle. So to shape these things, once they've been coloured, you only really need a bone folder. And you can shape them. I wouldn't go in with an embossing tool and do it. You might ruin the paint, the effect that you've put on there. So, okay. You're going to need hot glue for this. So, in that one goes. Next layer, you could leave it at that if you wanted it. I want it with a little bit of more dimension, so I'm just shaping the petals and then I'm going to push them in with my fingers. Rubber glue in the middle, offset them a little bit, and then I've got a smaller one to finish it. Okay, before I finish it, I'm going to put a gem. I'm not sure which one, whether to use that one or whether to use that one. No, I like the grey one. So I'm going to put the gem in the middle, hot glue again, a little tiny bit of bling on it. Okay, and then I'm going to shape these around it. And then that can go in the middle there. Again, offset. There we are. So, I don't really think it needs much else. I mean, I haven't got any black gems. I've only got white. So, I'm going to colour some white ones with a pro marker. And keep it pretty much clean and simple. Let the design in the background talk for itself, really. It's not a very difficult card to make, and it didn't actually take me very long. I think it took me longer to cut the flowers out than it did to do anything else. And I'm just going to put 3 of those there, just to finish that banner. So, there we are. I'll show you the dimension of the flower. It's pretty. And we have a nice, unusual birthday card. I hope you like that one. And I hope you do dig out these, you know, go and have a look for these, for such an innocent looking stamp set. You know, I'm sure you'll be able to work something magic with them. So give them a look at, and I'll see you soon. Pretty quick video this time. Okay, see you soon, guys.